Heavy riders, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm on a little test ride. I'm on the Aprilia Tuono Factory. So first thing first, I'm going to need to go and put some fuel in because the light's on. But anyway, first impressions, feels nice, yeah, nice place to be. My knees are a bit bent, but not major. Low speeds, it's feeling a little bit clattery, but I'm guessing this is not where this bike was designed to be ridden. Currently we're in tour mode, so we're going to get out of that ASAP if I can work out how to do that. But yeah, so far I feel that it's feels a little bit grumpy at town speeds. It's still perfectly docile. Clutch is a little bit grabby. But nothing majorly so. Yeah, reasonably tall bike though, that's one thing to think about. A little bit clattery there. Right, off. Side stand, easy to find. So yeah, she is a bit of a tall bike, you do have to be aware of that. In terms of wind blast, there's a little bit of a screen there that's done a decent job. It seems to be hitting the top of my helmet though. Where the hell am I? I don't want to go through there, do I? Wow. That was nice actually. U-turn. Pretty confident inspiring actually. All these switch gear, but yes, one little bit where it lets this bike down, because it does look and feel a little bit cheap, but it all works perfectly fine, so it's not a deal breaker at all. It. Oh, sexual. Well, scrap that guys, because during my test ride the windshield fell off, and basically the audio was unusable. So I'm back here nearly 2 weeks later, and guess what? This is my bike. Yeah, so I've added an Italian lady to my collection. And yeah, my collection is definitely full now, because I simply have no more room for any more bikes or money. let's carry on the first ride impressions, because basically this is my second ride on the bike since picking her up after that 45-minute test ride. So I bought this bike from Wheels Peterborough. This was their ex-demo bike with just over 1,000 miles. So yeah, we'll pick up from where we left off and take it from there. So these are basically my first impressions, and I can relay to you why I bought this bike. So first things first, let's go with the riding position. You are at a sporty angle, but it's not actually that bad. You know, I can live with this. But I'm going to show you why I bought this bike right now. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's fucking demented, that's why. I mean, I was barely touching the throttle there, barely scratching the surface of what she's capable of. So yeah, in terms of a riding position, really nice. I mean, this is acceptable sporty, I'd say. You know, you're bent forward, you've got some weight on your wrists, but it's not unbearable. My knees are bent, but not at an extreme angle like some sports bikes. The seat is really nice actually, very plush for this kind of the bike anyway. So suspension wise, this has obviously got the electronic suspension, and yeah, it's not quite as much of a magic carpet ride as the Speed Triple 1200 RR or test road, but it's still very, very close. So it's a lovely feel. You can adjust it to your heart's content. I've not been in the settings yet. I know there's a lot of different things you can play about with on here though. I'll see this big V4 engine. Is the star of the show. No get away from that. Here you come, sir. Okay, if you insist. Yeah, I mean, there's power pretty much everywhere, and as soon as you hit that power band, I haven't quite worked out exactly where it kicks in yet, but I'm sure it will eventually, very shortly. Yeah, once you hit that power band, the only way to describe it is like being in a cruise missile. It just propels you forward. And again, I've barely touched that throttle. Yeah, so yeah, superb engine. Now, there's a bit of gravel on the road, so I'm not going to go too mad, but obviously I'm still getting used to this bike. But we've got some twisties coming up. Yeah, I mean, this bike is a million times more capable than I am. Yeah, so having this little bumpy road, the suspension's really well composed. Obviously it's all Öhlins. This is the factory version, only 209, so yeah, I mean, a big bump there, and yeah, it's took that really well. In terms of electronics, obviously you've got everything on here, like the electronic suspension, corner and ABS, traction control, wheelie control, everything is adjustable. So at the minute I've got it in sport mode, but there is a user rider mode. There's 3 modes. You've got a tour, a user, and sport. Obviously once or tunnel. Oh yeah, the plan is that as soon as I start getting a bit the hang of it, I'll play around with that user mode. In terms of fueling, it's alright. I mean, it does grumble a bit around town, and did notice a little bit of hunting around 30 miles an hour in third gear, but it's not bad, you know. I can live with that. I'm at a constant throttle now, third gear about 35. I'm aware of a little bit of hunting, but certainly not something that I'll just get used to. So obviously you got that TFT screen there, which is really nice actually. As I said, I've not messed around too much yet. This is just the first ride impressions, but it looks nice. Speed's clearly visible. All the info you need is clearly visible. Okay, so let's have a little walk around it. So this is a bike I wasn't sure on the looks at first. Didn't think it was ugly, but wasn't sure. But yeah, it grown on me, and I quite like it now. And it's not strictly speaking a naked, isn't it? But yeah, that mini fairing does actually help with the wind blast a bit. So yeah, it is welcome. Also, you've got the usual Brembo brakes, obviously Erling's electronic suspension, and glorious V4 engine that you can just about see a little bit of. Lovely looking tail piece though. Does need a tail tidy though. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of attention to detail. Build quality, not as good as Triumph, but it's not bad either. It's not shocking. Just a few bits here and there, like I said, a switch gear that doesn't feel as quality as on Triumphs. We've also got just here, got plus and minus adjusters for the traction control on the fly. So with the light switched on, not sure you're going to pick those daytime running lights, but yeah, they look pretty cool actually. They're quite distinctive. I like them. Yeah, this is definitely a bike whose looks have grown on me a lot. Don't get me wrong, I still prefer the looks of the Street Fighter V4, but yeah, I'll dig this now. Oh, could have shown you the startup sequence. Look, be a racer. That ain't gonna be me. There you go. That's pretty cool. There is an option to set up a personal code to start her up, but we'll worry about that another time. Got a switch there for your lights. That turns your main beam on. Yeah, could have had a look at that actually, couldn't we? So that's your main beam, and both sides are lit up by the looks of it. And that's your tail light. I do like that tail light. So that's your main beam. One, two. So I think you have to pull the flasher button out to put full beam on. It's a bit more intuitive than the Triumphs. This bike also has the option that if you brake hard, it will put the hazards on for you. which the salesman at the wheels did activate for me. So one little downside of this bike, I'd say, is the gearbox is a little bit clunky at times. So it's clunks into first, and like it is quite awkward to find neutral. So there, I'm trying there, and yeah. So obviously this bike's another 1,000 miles, just over. So maybe that's something that will loosen up in time. But let's go and. But yeah, I have found also it's alright going for the gear like that, but the quick shifter is a little bit agricultural at lower revs. So it's not like my Tiger 900, where at pretty much any speed you can use a quick shifter. You have to have this engine on to really make the most of that quick shifter. Otherwise it is clunky. It will work, but it'll protest a bit. KTM. Going down the gears with the dipper is absolutely fine as well, really smooth. So the second gear, yeah, actually smoother going down the gears than up, I'd say. Oh, yeah, I mean, that was a front brake, rear brake, yeah, brilliant. Okay, just the standard, really. So how flexible is the engine? So let's go up. Fourth. So I'm in fifth gear at 40 miles an hour. Yeah, it will do it. But yeah, it does prefer to be revved a bit though. But it will, as soon as it hits that power band, you can feel it! Oh, blimey, you really do not realise just how fast you're going. All the electronics, I mean, from what I've used so far, everything is spot on. Had the wheelie control kick in earlier, and it was all smooth. I think it was, you know, just light flashing up. Yeah, very smooth. Yeah, so buying the bike from Wheels Motorcycles in Peterborough, if as long as you keep servicing it with them, you get a lifetime warranty, which is pretty good. So they're not far from me anyway, so I shall probably do that. So in terms of practicality and touring capability, as I've already mentioned, this bike isn't that uncomfortable, so you could do that if you want. I'd personally find it a bit too uncomfortable for that length of time though, but it will do it, and there are places you can put some bungees, and I'm sure there's luggage available. So yeah, it is it's not something this bike isn't capable of doing. So if you press and hold the button, you can amend all the settings for each individual mode, as you can see there. So again, that's not something I'm going to be doing now. Let's go. It's a little bit Mickey Mouse. Mirrors are pretty good, you can see well behind, and they don't vibrate too much even at higher revs, and they don't actually look that bad, to be fair. Quite nice looking mirrors. Yeah, I've had the usual horror stories recounted to me when buying an Italian bike. But at the end of the day, I've got 2 other bikes if needs be, and as I said, as long as you keep up with the servicing at Wheels Peterborough, you get a lifetime warranty with them. So I'm not too concerned yet. We'll see how it pans out. And at low speeds and low revs, it's quiet as a mouse, but as soon as you open it up, it's like a demented beast. It's chicken and hide. And so that now definitely concludes the first part of my ownership of the Aprilia Tuono Factory. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Yeah, so my first summary is it's an absolute beast of a bike, but it's also fairly docile when you want it to be. So I shall report back on the ownership experience and any issues and whatnot in the next video. I do want her. Cheers guys, see you on the next one. That's a bit tight, sir.